Making news this week, the wave of horror continues in the US with another explosion on Thursday.
In Perth, university students up in arms as the Gonski reform threatens university funding.
Television history was made when the analog signal was switched off.
In overseas news, the Hong Kong port strikes entered its third week.
And New Zealand passed the Marriage Equality Bill.
This is the evening news with Ivan Leung and Danielle Staniskov.
Good evening. We'll begin with the tragedy that happened in the United States where a fertilizer plant exploded in Texas. So far, 15 people have died, hundreds injured, and some buildings collapsed in the town of West. Amateur footage online showed the moment of the impact. On the other hand, one of the alleged suspects of the Boston bombings was shot dead, and the other one was arrested after an intensive 20-hour search. US President Barack Obama praised the police officers for their hard work to track down the alleged suspect.
Boston police and state police and local police across the Commonwealth of Massachusetts responded with professionalism and bravery over 5 long days. And tonight, because of their determined efforts, we've closed an important chapter in this tragedy.
University students were rallying against the federal government's Gonski reform to protect university funding, while the Premier Colin Barnett made it clear this week that WA will not sign up to the plan.
Students at Murdoch University organised a rally against Gonski on Thursday morning and are determined to make their voices heard.
We're protesting here because of the federal government cuts to higher education that were announced on the weekend.
Under the federal education reform, Australian universities will face a $2.3 billion funding cut. The Gillard government also faced another blow this week as the WA Premier, Mr. Colin Barnett, refused to sign up to this funding cut.
Western Australia would receive the same amount as the Northern Territory. The Northern Territory has 1/10 of the population of Western Australia. Western Australia has 50% more people than South Australia today, and yet the South Australian funding is over double that going to Western Australia.
The Premier said the reform will also slow down WA's education development.
But if Western Australia's standard's there, the Gillard proposal is Western Australia stays there until the other states can catch up. Well, I'm not about that. I'm about Western Australia's standard going up.
Timothy Seow, WAMA News.
A significant history on Australian television was marked on Tuesday as WA switched off its analogue TV signal. The big switch was flicked at 9 AM as the state's free-to-air TV stations went fully digital in the Perth metropolitan area. On June 25th, WA's regional analogue TV signal will be turned off, including Christmas Island and Coco Keeling Islands.
A small business gathering was held at Joondalup Resort by the Hong Kong Australia Business Association to help the local business people network with each other. As our journalist reports, the event was more than just sit down and talk.
The magic word for this event is not discussion. Instead, it's putt-putt.
Basically, the event is for promoting HKABA, which stands for Hong Kong Australia Business Association.
The event, hosted by HKABA on Friday, is more than just about playing golf. It allowed local business people to network with each other, as the ties between Australia and China is coming closer than ever before.
And through a game of golf, and all the members and our guests can actually spend quite intimate and close time for almost 4 hours.
The awards were handed out during a lunchtime to congratulate the teams who won the golf match. Patrick Lazars, WAM News.
Over to Hong Kong news now. The port strike went into its third week with unions escalated their actions.
The protest has spread into the CBD in the afternoon as the workers are determined to fight for better wages and working conditions.
After weeks of strikes from the determined workers, one of the contractors who were at the centre of the storm announced that it would shut down in June. Global stevedoring Service has released a statement to the media yesterday, saying that the company cannot continue its operations. The Secretary for Labour, Matthew Jones, said the department will assist the affected workers to look for new jobs and continue to mediate negotiations. Meanwhile, the protests outside Cheung Kong Centre entered its second day, as workers demanded Hong Kong billionaire Li Ka-shing to intervene and resolve the disagreement. Charlie Ju, WAMN News.
The Mass Transit Railway will increase their train fares by another 2.7% this year based on the fare adjustment mechanism. The Railway Corporation has also announced a basket full of travel concessions.
The new fare adjustment mechanism will begin in June. Under the system, the increase will drop from 3.2% down to 2.7%. The new mechanism will also consider factors including the cost of living, citizens' affordability, the company's performance, and annual profits. The Railway Corporation have released a basketful of train fare concession packages, including the extension of monthly passes and the introduction of metro area concessions. The package worth a total of 150 million Hong Kong dollars. The government was defending the newly introduced MTR penalty system. The train company will have to pay a fine if a train delay cannot be solved in 31 minutes. Aaron Key, WAMA News.
To world news, New Zealand has become the 13th country in the world and first in the Pacific region to legalise same-sex marriage. Christian Dwyer with the details.
In what is being seen as a red-letter day for democracy, the New Zealand government has legislated the right to gay marriage. In a passionate speech to the lower House of Representatives, MP Maurice Williamson took aim at those against the legislation and made light of the moments that he had experienced throughout the campaign to make New Zealand the 13th country in the world to adopt gay marriage.
I've had a reverend in my local electorate call the gay onslaught will start the day after this bill is passed. Sir, we're really struggling to know what the gay onslaught will look like. We don't know if it'll come down the Pakuranga Highway as a series of troops or whether it'll be a gas that flows in over the electorate and locks us all in. I also, sir, had a Catholic priest tell me that I was supporting an unnatural act. I found that quite interesting coming from someone who's taken an oath of celibacy for his whole life. I also had a letter telling me I would burn in the fires of hell for eternity, and that was a bad mistake because I've got a degree in physics. I used the thermodynamic laws of physics. I put in my body weight and my humidity and so on. I assumed the furnace to be at 5,000 degrees and I will last for just on 2.1 seconds. It's hardly eternity. What do you think?
But Williamson also showed his serious side as he begged the New Zealand public to not mistake what this legislation was trying to achieve.
All we are doing with this bill is allowing two people who love each other to have that love recognised by way of marriage. That is all we are doing. We are not declaring nuclear war on a foreign state. We are not bringing a virus in that could wipe out our agriculture sector forever. We are allowing two people who love each other to have that recognised, and I can't see what's wrong with that for love nor money.
The passing of the bill was met by rapturous applause and singing within the chamber. Christian Dwyer, WAMN News.
To sport now, Sorrento has thrashed Perth SC 4-0 in the Football West All-Flag State League. Here are the highlights of the match.
And that's how the world looks tonight. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Thanks for your company and remember to tune in Sunday for the Cantonese news. Good evening.
Good night.